Hi everybody, this is Sherry with UpOrDownThereBeautiful.blogspot.com. What we're going to do today is we're going to make my version of lollipop flowers, and I just call them lollipop flowers with a twist. And what I use is the Circles number 2 die. I think you can kind of see it there because I've been using it quite a bit. And it says here on the side, Sizzix Circles number 2. And they sell that at Stampin' Up! If you're interested in purchasing one. And what I do is I sandwich my fabric, the 2 pieces. I run 2 pieces through at a time. And I also put a shim underneath. I cut it a piece of cardstock the same size as the die. And if you put that cardstock underneath and run that through your Big Shot, it will cut perfect every time. And so what I did was I ran it through and I came out with 6 circles. You actually come out with 8, but I only used the 3 largest. Now I've already started some of them because this would take too long if we did them all on the video. But what you do is you just pinch your flower and you just run. You can use a candle too, but for the sake of the video and the quickness, I'm just using my lighter, which I got a barbecue lighter. If not, you will burn the living tar out of your fingers. And you just keep pinching it and it keeps bringing it in, but it brings it in little chunks instead of a smooth circle like the regular lollipop flowers are. And, you know, it's easier to, when the bigger circle you can just kind of pinch and move between your fingers. These smaller ones, this is the medium size one, you kind of have to set it down to get it the way that you want it. And so we're going to put that. Here's the 2 smaller ones, and here's the 2 medium. And I kind of try to stack them when I get them done to make sure that they fit and that they fit the way I like, and to see if I missed any spots or do I need to, you know, reheat any of them. And here is the last one that we're going to do. And then we're going to start putting this thing together. And what I did, or what I'm doing with some of mine, I'm turning them into corsages. And the pastor at the Church of the Nazarene where I grew up is a very good friend of mine. And what I'm going to do is ask him to read something that I wrote. And I'm going to ask him, it's regarding being thankful for my family. And the fact that I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for the people in my family and in that church. So some of the people that have been there since I was a baby are still there. And they, you know, treat me like I've been there my whole life when I come back up to visit. And so I just wanted to do something special for them. So here's our, let me get that up there where you can see. There's our lollipop flower. Now, what we need is our glue gun, and we're going to use the hot glue gun. I've got to get another glue stick here. I thought I was prepared, but I always seem to forget at least one thing. Okay, got me another glue stick. Now, I'm just going to take out the bottom petal and put some hot glue in there and press that down. And you don't want to press too hard because you don't want it to go through. And what I normally do is I do 2 petals together and then the other 2 petals together, and then I put the assembled pieces together. And so we do that. That way I can tuck them in and make sure they fit the way I want. And these are the little tiny ones. And you can see, you know, I don't really have any particular method. I put some on the top, some on the bottom, whichever's quicker for me to kind of get a hold of. And now we're going to put the rest of it in here, and you just kind of pull the edges back up so that you make sure your flour's going the way you want it. And when it's done, you can, you know, get off all of the extra little strings of hot glue that you get, you know, because you don't want them hanging around looking like a spider web on your beautiful flower. Now, one thing I do that's a little different is I heat mine a little more than they do on the lollipop flowers, besides pinching it, because I want it to have, if you heat it a little more, it melts the top of the fabric, and it gives it almost like a two-tone effect, which I just think is gorgeous. Boy, I really am like slacking on this thing because I didn't even have my center bead. And what I did is I got a bead that I thought matched it, and I just put some more glue in there and bloop, drop my bead in, and there is my lollipop flower. So what I do from here is I took a piece of the clear plastic. I don't know if you can see it, but you can hear it. The clear plastic that comes on our Cricut cartridges, and I punched out a 1 1/4 inch circle, and I lay that down, and I use that for my base for my lollipop flower. What I got was I got some real pretty feathers, and I use probably 3 feathers on each flower. I just think using one is too little, you know, 1 or 2, it doesn't give it enough fluff. So I take my hot glue gun and I put some glue across the plastic, and then I lay my feathers down. Now, I would not recommend using this with a high temp glue gun, because last night I was finishing up some of the ones that I needed to, and I have a low temp glue gun and I don't usually get burnt. I mean, I just laid my finger right in the glue that, you know, I had put down right there, and I did not get burnt. But whenever this thing started heating up, because it had been on for so long, it got really hot. Now, these are the sequins. These I got at their Simplicity, and I got them at Walmart. But I also have different colors that I got. This is gold that I got from Joann's. Now, I have to tell you, I like the ones from Joann's a little better because they are stiffer. And so I'm putting down my sequins. And I can see this is probably going to be a 2-part video because I'm already running very low on time. Then I made a stick pin. So I'm going to put it in here, and I have a video on how I make my stick pins if you're interested. And I lay that down in the glue. So I've got the pretty sequins and the pretty feathers and the pretty pin, and now we're going to put on the pretty flower. And now this is where I kind of lay on the glue, because I really want this to kind of push everything together, go down through the feathers, you know, everything you need it to do. And then when you pick it up, now it will look like that. And I'm going to have to trim off some of the feathers down here, and I will do that, and I will come back and I'll show you what we're going to do with it next. Thanks for visiting me today, and happy crafting. Bye.